with the ongoing investigation, fine, but there are all other people that needs to cooperate and come and voice their own side of the story, so that we can have a concrete. And then the autopsy, I heard the autopsy is ready, so we need to release the autopsy. Let's know the cocoa of the matter. How did this guy died? How did he die? What killed him? Who killed him? Now I'm hearing several stories online, yes, but there are speculations and things are, coming up to a body of story. You understand? Because Yoruba says, "Oh, jogate ko jogate o fese mejeji tiro." If you understand, I know you might not understand Yoruba, but for those who understand Yoruba, they know what I'm saying. Okay, that some stories are pallying, that he was not dead before taken to the hospital, that he was still alive. He was taken from the hospital. Yes, he was taken from the hospital before the video was made that he is dead, and they could see in the video that there is a movement in his body. A lot of speculations like that, but we still need concrete investigation on this matter.
All right, on that note, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take further stories making headlines. Please stay tuned and go to your country. So glad to read and hear from you, and then join us on all our social media platform, on Cactv, on Facebook, and also on YouTube. Okay, so looking further at the stories that we have CBN will spend $3 billion loan to stabilize economy. The National Economic Council on Thursday affirmed that the $3 billion emergency loan for crude oil to federal governments secured in August will be deployed to stabilize the naira, whose value has continued to fluctuate in the investors and importers window and worsen in the parallel market, hitting 1,000 naira stroke dollar earlier this month. Addressing the State House correspondent after the 136th NEC meeting, which was held at the Aso Rock presidential villa in Abuja, the Nasarawa State Governor Abdullahi Sule said, "So we are very confident that we still believe very strongly that with the plan that we will come out, and with all these items that have been listed on the improvement of revenue, the $3 billion shall be useful to use down the line." Okay, so a further story, you can find that on the Punch newspaper. Okay, so we're looking at this loans stabilizing the economy. How effective is this? How realistic is this? So let me hear your point of view, please.
Well, it has to come back again to the policy and plan. Now, thank God that they are coming up to say that NEC took a loan of $3 billion, to work on foreign exchange, Nigerian foreign exchange. When you look at the export and investment window, that means that if you are exporting commodity, that as an exporter in Nigeria, the amount of money you get, you have your goods at about 1,000 naira per bag. That means you are selling your goods for $1 per bag in the foreign market. The exchange rate cannot build an economy. It does not stabilize the economy. We heard about this $3 billion loan from this Afrexim Bank in Abuja. Afrexim Bank is an African bank that give out loan to assist your economy. But if the money is spent, is utilized for what it is really meant for, maybe they'll be able to achieve what they are talking about. But Nigerian system, with this they have come up. NEC have come out to tell us this is what they are going to do with the money. We are expecting them to do it, and let us wait for some time, and let's see if really they are going to spend the money for the purpose of what the loan has been taken for. Because now dollar rate in the market is about 1,000 naira plus. Somebody was telling me yesterday it is now above 1,000 naira to $1, and then where are we going? So I just believe that what they are saying is exactly what the CBN will do. The new governor of CBN He has a very Herculean task, you know, in the front of him. So he has to bet up his shogoto and put every might of his into this, so that we can achieve what they are talking about.
All right, White.
Really, I want to use an illustration for the case of this for this issue. Now, if you have a calabash that has a hole, a tiny hole, maybe in the bottom or somewhere around the body, and you are pouring water, the water you are pouring inside the calabash would hold, but there will be droplets under, and the water will be dropping little by little, maybe like a drop or and at the end of the day you are using the water, but the water is wasting. As you are using, water is wasting. As you are using, water is wasting. Except you now look for a solution for that leakage and you block it, then you have a full usage of your water. That is exactly the illustration of this loan that has been gone for by the NEC. It is not we need money. Okay, no organization can live on its own money. According to business analysts, if you want to set up a business, or you want to thrive, you want to become a millionaire, you cannot live on your own income alone. You need what we call OPM to set up your business. That's other people's money. That is where you see wealthy people go to banks to get loans, and they set up business with it, because you can't use your own money. Now you use this loan to set up the business, which will in turn yield interest for you, profit, interest, revenue, and stuff like that, where you use to run your business, pay salaries, do this, do that, pay taxes, and so on and so forth. Now we are using this money to pay taxes and royalties. I mean, what is the end? Just like engineer said, what will be the benefit, the beneficial effect of this loan to us? Like a layman in a Nigerian man on the street will say, we are just hearing the millions and the billions. We are not seeing the effect. We are just borrowing this money. We are not seeing the effect. Until you cover these loopholes, then this money would have effect, and we will see it. If you are borrowing money and we are seeing what you are borrowing money for, nobody will raise an eyebrow.
Account, of course.
And in addition to what you are saying, if you look at it, that okay, when Dangote refinery was, was to start commence operation, we heard that Dangote refinery will not get crude oil from NNPC due to this loan until, let's say, around November. And the masses are expecting that when Dangote refinery is full operation, then the price of petroleum product will
go down.
But we are taken aback when it is being said that the refinery cannot start production of petroleum product until November, and it will not be petroleum because NNPC is not giving out crude oil to Dangote refinery. And what is the excuse? That we are now using the crude oil to pay back for the loan. And this loan is now the government is now telling us that this loan will be utilized in a window to assist the naira to dollar exchange rate. You see, so we have to be consistent on whatever we are saying, because it's really affecting the masses.
Like you said, we are not upholding our policies.
We are not at all.
We are not upholding our policies.
So we say A, we do B.
We just make policies that
it's like when we are very young, we say, wherever you go, go. Wherever you say, do not say yes when you mean to say no.
Baba Ibadan.
Baba Ibadan. It's like what is happening now. Baba Ibadan is what is really
is what is happening right now.
All right, so we'll take a look at the next story, and this says Oshodi Apapa, Lagos truckers, stakeholders meet as gridlock worsens. As the gridlock on the Oshodi Apapa Expressway worsened yesterday, the Lagos State Government, representatives of Transporters Union, trucker and port operators yesterday vowed to implement a new order to ensure the free flow of traffic on the access and port access road. The Lagos State government, however, mandates all truckers to make use of the Ahmed Bola Tinubu trailer park at Orile Igomo and 3 other identified parks, apart from the various private holding bays and leave bays, based on call-off system that should be resuscitated after being abandoned at mile 2 axis of Apapa. So we also have other park that has been mentioned is we have that Billington and Darwin Park among private operated holding bays around Apapa. Okay, so the Commissioner of Transport, Oluwaseun Oshiyemi, Special Advisor to the Governor on Transportation, Shola Giwa, and Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Abdulhafiz Toriola, led the government delegation at the stakeholder meeting, which include leaders of National Union of the Road Transport Workers. Okay, so we also have that in the Punch. Okay, this is from Vanguard News. So we had this story last Wednesday about the truck driver, the truck driver who stabbed the last man. So this is one of the stories saying that the gridlock, this is a gridlock meeting, and I hope that they come to a concrete conclusion on making sure that they don't have to leave, because Governor Sanwo-Olu was saying that they need to evacuate that access, but they stood firm on their words that they are not going to leave there except they provide other means of livelihood for them, because that's the only thing they survive on. And if they are moving that part, because of the traffic they cause, because of the they are not just organized. Have you been to that route? I
think it's a breach of law and order if the governor of a state comes personally, because I saw the video of Governor Sanwo-Olu going there personally to tell them in his words that you guys should vacate this place. I just want you guys here in 2 days. Vacate this place. We don't want you here. This place, we are constructing this. Okay. I mean, if you cannot obey your governor, who then will you obey? That's a case of let's
not go there, because why? Even the officials, are they obeying the law themselves? Because if they're obeying the law, I think we'll not get there.
No, we will not say because somebody died when he swallowed the bar and will not eat the following day. No. We have to do what we have to do. You see, the menace of these truck drivers and the National Union of Road Transport Workers is becoming unbecoming. We know what they do. Let's take for instance our commercial drivers on our road. Don't park here. No, they will park there. They will take passengers. Don't drop people here. No, they will stay there. They will drop passengers. If you look at most of the gridlocks that we have, the traffic jams that we have, who causes them? They are for public transport because of their menace. Just follow simple instruction. Okay, you have parks that's been made for you. What I see there, because I've not been there for some time now, but what I'm seeing from this story is that most of them does not want to leave that place. It's just a case of in a park, in a garage. This is the park. This is this is your garage. But most of them would like to stay on the road, maybe at the entrance of the garage, because they want to get passengers first and go at least for 2 or 3 tons before others. So that is what we are seeing here. So if people are not obeying laws and order, why won't we have the gridlock?
You see, in that situation, the federal government has a lot to do. But presently, the state government has to invest money in rail. That is the goods rail transportation. In those days, when you are loading from port, we have sea services, we have the rail services, and we have the road services. But now, as of today, everything is limited to road services, which is not enough. This problem will still be there if the other avenues is not exploited. If you have some ships taking container from our terminals in Apapa,
yes,
and this is going to other states within the country, You understand? It will reduce, this traffic strength on the road. That is one. And then you have also you have rail services. There are about 14 wagons or 16 wagons.
At least.
At least moving with security.
Yes.
It will reduce the road congestion. But
yes.
in the absence of this, there is nothing you can do. But I want to tell you that if you go to Apapa, some of them will be there for as long as it takes, maybe 1 month. Okay, go to Shagam Aziz, you will see trailer park. They have done that. They will now put a call to them and say, okay, Oga, it's your turn. Come with 10 trailers. And when you get there, you have to queue up again. You are still unable to load.
Yeah.
That's what we call for core management in transportation. So I think the Lagos State government is supposed to now have a school of transportation to be able to address this transportational issue in Lagos State. That's what we call for core management. There are so many spacious land in Lagos around that Lagos State government can purchase and use as park. Orile has it, Igomu has it, Apapa Road has it. There are look for land where you can be able to put this transporters,
yes.
This company. And again, if you put more money on goods services for rail, rail is coming from Apapa.
Yes, now.
You can load products. So to a nearby place, okay, in so many countries of the world, they don't allow trailers to come into the city. Once you are a long trailer vehicle, you are not allowed to come into the city. You must have a place where they have to use semi-trailer to do their jobs. Especially, look at Mushin areas. You see trailers flying through Mushin. They are not supposed to do that. They only have to apply the federal route. Now, if they are coming from Ibadan along the express towards the expressway, they will go to what do you call it? They will go to Apapa. When they go to Apapa, they queue up before it is their turn to load. They may be there for 20 days on the high road.
And
one
thing is,
they spoil the road.
Yeah,
and government again have to put more money to repair the road. So it's becoming an expensive economy. So I think other areas must be exploited, like rail, like sea. When you have sea route, you have rail route, it will reduce the traffic on the road. But when you depend only on land traffic, what do you expect? So if they hold meeting from now till tomorrow morning, till afternoon, till next year, that problem will still persist. Because the petroleum drivers, the tanker drivers, they still have to load.
But as a matter of fact, Apapa is not the only riverine area that we have in Nigeria.
No, it's not riverine area. But, we have our largest seaport is Tinkan Island. Our largest seaport is at Apapa. Okay. And that is where all the goods are coming to Nigeria. Petroleum products are coming to the country. All the goods are coming to the country. They have to come to Apapa. Now we have inland terminal. Okay, look at the terminal at Ikorodu. Because of the terminal bridge, very bigger vessels cannot pass. They cannot go to Ikorodu.
No, I'm talking about the road, the transportation on sea, on water. We are talking about the rail transportation now, and also the sea, water transportation. Okay, apart from the trailer, the road transportation that's causing gridlock. So why can't we use other water channels to transport goods?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, if you are going to Badagry, do you need to go by road?
No.
If you are going to Ekpe, okay, for example, if we have a sea terminal at Ekpe, that means that our goods can be conveyed from Apapa to Ekpe, and from the Ekpe, all those trailers that are coming up north, from south, from other places, can go to Ekpe, take their consignment and move. What does it have to be only Apapa?
I think the government need to exploit other means of transportation.
Yes.
That would really help us. Okay, so we'll take a look at the news that we have from the Sun newspaper. This says, your sacrifices won't be in vain, Shettima assures Nigeria. Vice President Kashim Shettima has assured Nigerians that their sacrifices will not be in vain, adding that the promises made by the Bola Tinubu's administration will be fulfilled. He gave this assurance at the public lecture to commemorate Nigerians' 63rd independence anniversary at the State House Banquet Hall, Abuja. He also stated that the administration is dedicated to creating a nation in which every citizen's economic independence is assured, and when none of them is independent, on vague handouts in order to survive. Okay, so this assurance is coming from Shetima of all persons. So Engineer Ola.
Well, Shetima has given us his own contribution. What he has said is good, and I think we have to work on it and see how it will better Nigerian economical development. It's a good message. I believe the government will work on it.
Okay, and really, we hope on that. You know, saying this.
Well, to me, talk is cheap. You know, I will say it as it is. The suffering is too much. Please, our dear Vice President, dear President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the sufferings of the people are too much. Okay, we know, yes, it's not easy. But for instance, let's look at it. They just come into power. It's not up to, they're not up to a year yet. No. So let's just see, because on easy lies the head that wears the crown. All right, let's just see how things pan out.
Give them ample
They are
time
working
to...
day in, yes, they're working day in, day out. The president is traveling here and there to seek investments and business opportunities outside the country that will boost the economy. Let's just give them the benefit of the doubt. Okay, so it's a good assurance. At least this is an assurance. So we'll look at the assurance and see how it plays out. Very
okay,
good.
So we also have this story. I think I'm interested in this story. 50 UK Nigerians NGOs urge Britons to return Ibori's loot to the federal government. Okay, British and Nigerian civil society group have urged the British government to return funds confiscated from former Delta State Governor James Ibori, a convicted fraudster, to Nigeria in a swift and transparent way so the money can benefit ordinary Nigerians. In a letter to Britain Homes and Foreign Affairs Minister, a coalition of close to 50 Nigerians NGOs said the long-delayed confiscation process had undermined the strong anti-corruption message sent by Ibori's conviction over a decade ago. Okay, so the further story you can also find from the Sun newspaper. Okay, but this story for me is really something that I need the government to also pay attention to. So if 50 UK Nigerians of NGOs are urging that the Britons return Ibori's loot, meaning that, in fact, what happens to all the ones that they've been getting over time? We end up not hearing about it. Nothing is always being said after the money has been okay. Yes, they said they've returned the money and blah 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 blah. At the end of the day, it just fizzles out. We do not hear where it goes into, what they've done with it. So I really look forward to this coming to play if the Britain would end up acting to the voice of the masses, saying that okay, if the money would be returned, and what exactly should we do? Engineer Ola.
Now you see, on this NGO, I have to school of thought on it. And when you go outside the country, let me give you an example. There was a Nigerian guy that went to Malaysia. He was stranded, and he became, homeless. The guy is a Muslim. He approached a mosque and told them his predicament. They have an organization. They give him money to return back home. It's an NGO.
Okay, it was the NGO that gave him money to
return back. It's an organization that not governmental organization giving money to return back home.
Okay.
All over the world, these NGOs, they do many things. Nigerian NGOs are now saying that that Iboru money must be converted. It's not a bad thing to say.
Yes.
But essentially, let us look into these NGOs in Nigeria. What are the roles of the NGOs in Nigeria? Educationally, many Nigerian students cannot afford to even attend primary school educational courses. What are the NGOs doing? They should come up now and start helping Nigerians, poor Nigerians. If you are there, you are once a poor person in the country before you start or form your NGO in London. They should look back and assist Nigerians who are really suffering. If you educate a child girl, you have educated the society.
Of course.
But if you have not educated any one of them, what have you done to Nigeria? This NGO they are talking about, this Ibori money. With the Ibori money is being given to the government, how will they spend the money? Say me and you go know.
That's my question exactly, because the past ones they've been saying, oh, they found this money.
Yes, we learned that certain amount of money was given out when Nigerian went to Saudi Arabia to fight, and a certain compensation amount of money was given to Nigeria. What happened to the money? We don't know anything about the money. They said that Abiola died because of money. We don't know anything about the money. So if the NGO is now coming to say the government should now, okay, Boris money, return it back to Nigeria, it's a good thing. But how are we going to monitor this money? But and again, essentially, the NGOs, they should now look inward and be able to assist Nigeria in so many fields, in terms of health, in terms of education. Assist Nigerians. We are pleading. We are not saying it is a must that you have to do, but we are pleading that, okay, help Nigerians, NGOs, be able to assist the government to build Nigerian educational system.
I think one of their fear is, as we see in Nigeria, you know, when they say they want to support and the money goes to the government, at the end of the day the money is not disbursed the right way. So I think that's one of their fear, and I think that if they sit down together, they can also look at ways how they can really reach the masses directly and then still do it orderly without having to go against the rule of conduct. Okay, so on this note, we'll go on a quick break, and when we come back, we'll take we're going into the world of sport. Our news analyst will help us. Yes, luckily for us, he's also on set with us today, so he's going to take us right into the world of sport after this break. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back shortly.
Yes, you're welcome back. Now it is the sport segment on the Morning Dew this morning, and we're bringing you news from around the world in the world of sport. Let's start with one of the news that we have here: how video games give sports stars second life. For those who have retired from the career of the biggest sports star, can be fascinating to watch. That is the Viagra ads, property ventures, crypto projects, but one option is becoming a surefire winner. Put your face on the cover of the photo of this. So the LA Lakers basketball star Kobe Bryant, who died in an helicopter accident in 2020, graces the cover of the NBA 2K2 for 2024, and two of the world's greatest footballers from bygone eras, Pele and Johan Cruyff, get posthumous respect with their figures emblazoned on the FC24 and the EA Sport. For the lovers of video games, Kobe Bryant and Cruyff, Pele, Johan Cruyff, their pictures are being engraved into as a posthumous honor into the video games right there. So another story is that Plateau United, in our own local story here, Plateau United storm Ibadan ahead of the MPFL opener. The former champions Plateau United on Thursday arrived Ibadan ahead of their MPFL match day one encounter against 3SC on Saturday. Unlike their ordeal when the league was postponed the last time, there was no aborting their trip this time, as the job-based side will train at the Lake Salami Stadium on Friday, that is today. Plateau had reached Abuja on their way to Ibadan on Wednesday, and their trip cut short by the indefinite postponement of the league. So Plateau United will be taking on the Shooting Stars of Ibadan in the MPFL today. That's the opener for the day, and that's the first match for the MPFL today. Mba canvasses for regional rail in Southeast. That's another story in the sports world, as the governor of Enugu State, Peter Mba has challenged the Southeast stakeholders to build critical regional infrastructures like railways and roads to create a common market and boost socio-economic prosperity in the region. All right, that's this local sports, and then we are going into the international sports, where we tell you about the matches that are going to be happening in the world of sports tomorrow. Yes, we are having matches in the EPL, in the La Liga, and also in the Bundesliga. Let's start with the EPL match for tomorrow. The EPL match for tomorrow will be between I think we have one of the matches has been said in the news this morning, but let's go on a quick break, and when we come back we'll give you the fixtures. Please don't go nowhere, stay tuned, we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back now to the Premier League fixtures for tomorrow. We are having Aston Villa taking on Brighton tomorrow. Manchester United will be on against Crystal Palace, while Newcastle will be taking on Burnley. Yes, Newcastle gave a shock at the weekend by ousting Manchester City out of the Carabao Cup. That was a very, very interesting one. And now Wolves will be at home with Man City. I think Man City is going to be doing a Padabo Abidjan in that match. Bournemouth will be on to Arsenal. The Gunners are ready also to shock and to interest their fans all over the world this weekend. West Ham will be taking on Sheffield United. Everton will be taking on Luton Town. Tottenham will be home to Liverpool. That's another London derby. Nottingham and Brentford will be tackling it out, and Fulham will be Omar Balejo will be taking the visitation of Chelsea. Remember, Chelsea brought smile in the face of their fans in the course of the week by beating their counterpart in the Carabao Cup by just one goal to nil. Congratulations to Chelsea fans all over the world, especially Modot here. That's also a Chelsea fan. I
told you they will make us proud.
So that's it for the world of sport this morning on Morning Dew. Thank you for having me. Modot, over to you.
Yes, I am so proud because Chelsea did not fall my hand. They made me proud in the match yesterday, and it's really a good thing that we have hope, and that's what is important. And as human, as far as this world is concerned, we have hope. Christ has given us hope. There is so much hope, and we can't afford to give up on that. Yes,
but if you don't play well, they will crash your hope. You have to play well.
No, don't worry. We got this. You know, we got this. All right. It is the Independent Week next week. So what will you be doing for Nigeria? What are your plans for Nigeria? Because humanly we need to have plans. In fact, as Nigerians, we need to have plans for our birthday. The same way we have plans for our own personal birthday, we also need to have plans for the birthday.
Well, I have plans for Nigeria on Independence Day. So I will sing happy birthday song for the happy birthday to Nigeria, happy birthday to that's my plan.
Engineer, what's your advice for Nigeria in this 63rd birthday that we're marking?
We have to work together to develop Nigeria. As a Nigerian, buy Nigerian products.
Appreciate Nigerian products. Assist Nigeria to make Nigeria better. Love one another and do the right thing. Don't say because the government is bad, let's also join them to make it bad. Don't say because our politicians are bad, let's also join them to make it bad. Two wrongs, they say, cannot make it right. So on this note, we sign out and we say thank you so much for joining us. It's been an amazing week, and I hope that you have a fantastic weekend. I remain your host, Mother Dominic.
And I'm Shegun White. Happy Independence in advance. Thank you.
Allah Latipo. Be Nigeria.
Bye Nigeria. Have a blessed weekend. Till we come your way, same time, same station next week. Have a blessed one.